Todd Suttles stands as a remarkable and refreshing presence within the Gaither Vocal Band, a surprising voice of gospel power who defies the usual expectations of the genre. In a music industry largely populated by singers who grew up immersed in church choirs, harmonies, and traditional hymns, Todd is a unique figure. Despite lacking formal gospel training, he has become an integral part of one of Christian music's most beloved groups. He hasn't just joined the Gaither Vocal Band. As another voice, he has redefined what it means to be a part of it. His contributions go beyond music, bringing a wellspring of strength, joy, humility, and authenticity to every performance. By conventional standards, Todd's journey from athletic facilities at Vanderbilt University to the gospel stage shared with legends like Bill Gaither seemed neither planned nor probable, but divine plans often unfold in unexpected ways. This is the inspiring story of Todd Suttles, a man defined by love, humor, faith, and resilience. His presence has breathed new life into the Gaither Vocal Band. Offering more than just music, he has brought motivation, spiritual energy, and a testimony shaped by discipline and devotion. Before Todd ever stepped up to a microphone, his world revolved around athletics, not choirs. Born in Georgia and raised in a family that emphasized strong values, faith, and hard work, Todd was drawn toward sports. As he grew older, he channeled his energy into collegiate athletics and strength training. He became a strength and conditioning coach at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee, where he worked for over 2 decades. During that time, Todd mentored countless athletes, helping them cultivate both physical strength and personal character. Interestingly, music was always around him, quietly running in the background. Todd occasionally sang in church, at local events, or with friends, but never with the intention of pursuing it professionally. For him, singing wasn't about ambition, it was a joyful, personal expression of faith. That changed dramatically. In 2014, a year that would redirect the course of his life, the Gaither Vocal Band has seen its lineup evolve over the years, with Bill Gaither constantly scouting new talent to keep the group vibrant while staying true to its spiritual foundation. In 2014, the group was in need of a new baritone or bass vocalist. Someone suggested Todd not as a seasoned professional singer, but as a man of integrity, possessing a powerful voice and a moving personal testimony. When Todd was invited to audition, he didn't come with a resume of musical achievements or a polished performance style. Instead, he brought something far more valuable: a heartfelt presence, a genuine personality, and a voice that stirred something deep within listeners. Bill Gaither noticed it right away. There was something fresh, something divinely inspired in Todd's voice and demeanor. It wasn't just another audition, he was a new beginning. That same year, Todd officially joined the Gaither Vocal Band alongside Wes Hampton, Adam Crabb, and David Phelps. Audiences immediately noticed something different. Todd's voice carried a grounding power, earthy and rich, that added emotional weight to the group's harmonies. While the other vocalists soared with range and power, Todd anchored each note with authenticity and depth. His voice wasn't just about tone, it was a testimony in itself. Whether performing timeless classics like Because He Lives or newer songs like Chainbreaker, Todd's delivery was always sincere, heartfelt, and full of spiritual resonance. But what truly won people over was Todd's character. He became known for his warm presence, always smiling, always encouraging even when he wasn't on stage. He was more than a singer. He was a spiritual pillar for the group, uplifting those around him through his joy and unwavering faith. Of course, life on the road wasn't without its struggles. Todd had to leave behind the familiarity and stability of his Vanderbilt life for a life filled with constant travel, performances, and time away from family. In interviews, he has openly shared how spiritually demanding it was to stay grounded amid this transition. The true ministry, he says, often happens away from the spotlight, in the quiet moments backstage, on the tour bus, or alone in hotel rooms after the applause fades. He's faced his share of doubts, wondering whether he truly belonged among seasoned gospel musicians. But in those moments, it wasn't the crowd's praise that reassured him, it was the quiet, persistent voice of the Holy Spirit, whispering, "You are called." One of Todd's most powerful performances is his rendition of Sinner Saved by Grace. In that song, he doesn't just sing, he testifies. His voice carries the weight of mistakes made, forgiveness received, and the miraculous gift of second chances. You can feel that he lives every word of the lyrics. Another fan favorite is You Amaze Me, a song that perfectly captures Todd's awe and gratitude. Every note he sings is a reflection of his humble heart. Offstage, Todd's ministry continues. He's known for spontaneous moments of worship, sharing scripture in dressing rooms, raising his hands during soundcheck, or praying with crew members before a show. To Todd, gospel music is more than entertainment, it's a lifestyle and a form of outreach. Worship isn't reserved for the stage. It's something that flows through everything he does. Todd's arrival brought a noticeable shift in the Gaither Vocal Band's dynamic. While the group was long admired for its precise harmonies and polished sound, Todd helped bring a new vitality and emotional openness. With his influence came more laughter, more testimony, and a deeper sense of worship. He didn't change the Gaither brand, he expanded it, blending tradition with modern relevance, uniting different cultures and generations through music and spirit. Today, Todd Suttles is more than just a member of the Gaither Vocal Band, is a symbol of God's grace and calling. He serves as a bridge between generations and a living example that you don't need a traditional gospel background to make a profound impact. His humble attitude, often saying, "I'm just thankful to be here," masks the truth that he's not here by chance. He is called, anointed, and assigned for such a time as this. Todd's journey serves as a powerful message to aspiring gospel singers. Your background does not define your future. He reminds churches that worship can be joyful, spontaneous, and powerful even if it doesn't fit the mold. And to the world, he is proof of what happens when you say yes to God's plan. With every note he sings, every prayer he shares, and every life he touches, Todd Suttles is the sound of grace, strength, and spirit. He never sought the spotlight, he simply followed God's calling, and in doing so, became a light to others. Todd Suttles didn't force his way into the gospel music industry, nor did he climb the ladder through strategy or ambition. When the opportunity came his way, he simply accepted it with grace and trusted God to take care of everything else. His journey isn't about careful planning or self-promotion, it's a beautiful story of surrender and faith. He didn't try to calculate every step. Instead, he walked by faith, believing that God had already written his path. Once a college trainer and a physically strong man, Todd transitioned into a worship leader, becoming not just a performer but a vessel of compassion and love. Every time he steps onto a stage, he brings more than just music, he brings a heart full of gratitude and worship. Todd isn't just known for his vocal abilities. Although his voice is remarkable, what truly sets him apart is his spirit, his humility, his sense of humor, and the deep love he carries for others. He reminds us that real strength is shown through humility, that worship is not just about singing a melody, but about engaging in spiritual warfare with joy. His life teaches a powerful lesson. God doesn't necessarily choose those who are already qualified, he qualifies those he calls. And Todd is living proof of that truth. With every note he sings, he shows that calling and purpose aren't always found through traditional paths. Todd didn't grow up chasing the spotlight. Singing wasn't his major in college, and nothing about his past seemed to align with what one might expect from a member of the Gaither Vocal Band. And yet, here he stands center stage, leading thousands in worship, surrounded by gospel legends. His presence is powerful, his voice shakes the atmosphere, and his radiant smile lights up every room he enters. Such a story could only be written by the hands of God. Todd's life makes it clear that true calling often comes in unexpected ways. You don't always see it coming, and it rarely arrives on your timeline. Faithfulness in small, hidden seasons can open massive doors of influence in the future. Obedience has the power to lead us to platforms we never imagined. Todd is more than just a singer, he's a vessel through which God moves. His voice carries weight, yes, but it's his spirit that leaves a lasting impact. Before he even utters a word, his joy fills the atmosphere, igniting a spark in everyone around him. When Todd worships, it becomes contagious. He doesn't hold back, he dances with abandon, praises freely, and gives his all. In doing so, he invites the audience into a space of freedom where they can worship God without fear or pretense. What he offers is rare in a world where so much is rehearsed and choreographed. Todd is real. His face shows sincerity, not performance. He isn't pretending, he's ministering. Whether he's leading "I Know Who Holds Tomorrow" or "Because He Lives," you can feel the presence of God in every lyric. Todd's story reminds us that sometimes, all God needs is our availability. He didn't come to build Gaither with a polished resume or a list of credentials. He may have even doubted himself at first, unsure whether he was qualified to accept such an invitation. But instead of saying no, Todd took a leap of faith, and in doing so, he has deeply impacted the world, not just with his voice, but with his unshakable joy and authenticity. In a world full of people chasing opportunities, Todd simply said yes to one. That one yes changed everything. He walked through the door with courage and faith, trusting in God's timing. He is a strong man, yes, but his strength isn't just in his physicality. While he spent years training athletes and building bodies, his truest strength is spiritual. It's a strength that's soft yet solid, gentle but enduring, the kind of strength that shows up every night to sing not for fame, but for an audience of one-God. As he moves from city to city, Todd doesn't just perform, he uplifts. He reminds us that faith and masculinity are not in conflict. One can be both brave and broken, strong and sensitive. Todd's life illustrates that real strength comes not from muscle but from submission to God's will. His journey continues to build a quiet but profound legacy, not one constructed through but through consistent faithfulness. Some people chase legacy, while others build it just by showing up. Todd is one of those rare individuals who chooses the latter. He doesn't flaunt numbers, boast in interviews, or seek the limelight. Instead, he shows up concert after concert, prayer after prayer. He's there when he's tired, when no one notices, and even when others might have walked away. That consistency has made him a pillar in the Gaither Vocal Band, both musically and spiritually. He's a steady presence during times of transition, a silent leader whose influence runs deep. Todd's legacy won't just be remembered through the songs he sang, but through the joy he spread, the peace he carried, and the unwavering devotion he showed to God. His life is a powerful message for those who feel overlooked or unqualified, but anyone who thinks they don't fit the mold or that the spotlight isn't meant for them. Todd's story says otherwise. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need everyone's approval. All it takes is a willing heart and the courage to trust God's timing. When God opens a door, no one can shut it, and when he gives you a place, no one can take it away. In an interview, Todd once humbly said, "I'm just grateful to be here." And if you've ever seen him live, you know he means it. Every laugh, every joyful dance, every lyric sung, it all flows from a heart that's genuinely thankful to serve. Todd doesn't perform for applause. He worships from a place of deep gratitude. While many are chasing influence and attention, Todd knows exactly where his strength comes from, and he never forgets who put him on the stage in the first place. Not to shine for himself, but to reflect the light of Jesus. So today, let's celebrate Todd Suttles, a man who didn't run after the spotlight, but was placed in it by divine design. A man who brings heart into ministry and soul into music. A man whose life is living proof that miracles happen when we combine joyful obedience with unshakable faith.